Oh my, there she goes. See what's happening? Very clever. The most ingenious part is this little jiggy up and down, which makes the beads entirely random, and at the point in which they're exactly vertical, with the holes going straight down vertically, they'll attach themselves to the wire, follow the route, and then thread onto the necklace thread. Finish the job. There's the last of them. The last two are hard to get, but anyway, I think you got the idea. It's extraordinary. Then, when it's here, you give a little pull like that, and put it out, and dump, down they go, and underneath that, which is an essential part of it, is a weight. That thing is a weighted thing, and holds the thing at a nice angle like that, so that the beads can work themselves free. Very, very clever idea, and you can get more beads out of there, of course. Takara made this about, the Japanese company Takara, who make very ingenious toys, made this about 20 years ago, and I thought, what an extremely, it's meant for a small girl to play with, as they often think things, making little necklaces of themselves, but it saves them having to thread them through themselves, just turn the old handle, knock them easier, and it works. Isn't that clever? So, as an ingenious mechanism, I had to buy one of these for my collection because it was such an extraordinarily clever idea. And when you've all packed it up, the door closes, and you're ready to take it away to a party, which I've done many, many times in this. So I've got some ingenious mechanisms here which I've really put together because they have got such ingenuity in their design work. And this is another example. This time it's from Belgium. I picked this up about 20 years ago. And it's got a ballpoint pen here, which I could scribble with. And when I put it into here like this, and push it down like that, and push it, something extraordinary happens. It seems to go right round the bend and come out again. Isn't that bizarre? But hang on a sec, take it back again. It is a rigid pen. It is rigid, but it's behaving as if it's got a flexible piece in the middle there. Take it down and push it down. Oh my, how on earth can that work? Well, it's got a very, very clever and ingenious mechanism inside, is all I can say. Let's have a look at another one. This is the Geneva Mechanism, which I've had in my collection for a long time. It's getting quite battered. And it's a very clever design, because when you turn this handle, you'll see what the pencil's for in a minute, these two pieces slide back and forward, crisscrossing but not clashing, because the top piece of wood keeps them apart, rotating like that, and taking their turns to, one's moving and the other's almost stationary for a moment as it's crossing over. The question is, what pattern does this outside handle take? It looks definitely a circular, it's going round and round, so it must be a circle of some sort or other. It's actually a very, very ingenious way of making a very well-known figure, which you'll recognise when I've done it. So let's make it work. We'll see what it's actually producing as I turn this round and keep it, as it's making the line, pushed down so as to make a nice firm. It's definitely a round thing, but is it a circle? Well, not really. It's actually, let's do one more turn round to make it go right the way round. I think I can take it off and show you we've actually got an ellipse here. A nice, elongated, flattened, egg-like ellipse. Two focal points here. It's the planetary orbit around the sun of the planets. But that's making an ellipse as it goes round. Very, very clever indeed. Most ingenious and very unexpected. When I first bought it and turned it round, I was convinced I was looking at a circular motion. It's much cleverer than a circle, so that's another ingenious mechanism. A very clever idea I've come across, which is so trivial almost, but it's so cheaply made, you wouldn't believe it's got some ingenuity. It has. It's a little propeller blade. This is a little blow tube, which makes a current of air, which therefore makes this turn round and round. It's got a tiny little point there to put it on, and then this is spinning. When I spin from here, it spins, but hang on a sec, if I spin a little bit harder, something unexpected happens. It pops out. What's happening? Well, as I'm blowing down, it's making the thing rotate. As soon as I stop blowing, the propeller blade is hitting still air, not a downward draft air. So it lifts itself up off the point and spins off. That's an extraordinary idea. If I did it very hard indeed, I'd probably get it to elevate, but it's so light, there's so little inertia, I don't think it'll lose that. Gently it stays. There's enough gravity to pull it down, but a hard push, a blow, woo, out it comes. Very, very clever stuff there. Something I took a little time for me to realise what's going on, because it's not just an updraft, it's a downdraft, and only when you stop blowing on it, it lifts up, which is very counterintuitive. And one of the most ingenious things I've come across, I think it was recently I was told about a Ptolemy's top, but I've now been told it's actually a top designed by Maxwell, and it's got a spinner here. It's got quite a lot of weights there, which helps to give a nice moment of inertia as it's spinning round and round and round. Something extraordinary, which I can demonstrate with my finger first, is happens when I put it against my finger. It goes round and round and round my finger. My finger clearly isn't a magnet, but it's behaving as if it's a magnet. And let's make that magnetic effect even more pronounced by putting it on this little thing here, pulling this round, and then seeing what happens. I'd swear there's a magnetic force, because I've got spinning tops which cling on and goes around the metal, but there's no magnetism as you just see with my finger there. And what's brilliant about this, of course, is I can change this top piece and put on another one. This is a square one. This is quite the best version of this clever top that I've come across, I think. So we set it spinning. I like the idea that the top itself is quite light. It just needs weights put some way away from the spindle. That creates a nice high moment of inertia. And put this into the plane and pull it right across. Oops, straight in. No, let's do it once. I'll do it once from here, actually. We'll probably see if we can make it go like that. There we are. It needs quite a lot with a square one, actually. I think I'm not sure I can get it to go fast enough. Just about. I'll try the screw one as well. I think I'll have to do a very, very hard spin for some of these. So the first one is the easiest to do. So I'll try this one here because it's a little more localised, not so spread out. Pull this across and there we go. Oh yes, that's doing very nicely. Isn't that brilliant? I swear that was magnetism, but it's not. It's got some very, very clever frictional forces with gravity and friction and a lot of other things going on there. Moment of inertias. A very, very ingenious version of Ptolemy's top with some extra pieces, extra profiles to make it work, of which I think probably the spiral is the nicest one. It's a lovely one, that. So what an ingenious mechanism that is. That's what I'm looking for. Got to find some more now.